So where are we moving into now?
We're moving into AB's way right here. This is like the race shop. Like, of course, my RV's missing, but I got my Super up over there. You know what I mean? I got to move that out the way here soon because my RV's coming back. And then I got working on a little junior drag traction right there for a couple people this off season to get them cars together for them. But I got Anson's car sitting up here. This is his. This is Anson's like bracket dragster. So we race super comp bracket race. That's what he won that 75 grander with in St. Louis. And I'm about to load it up because we're about to go to Florida. We're going to Florida for that what's it called? FGP race?
I don't know. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. FMG race.
I forget the guy's name who runs that.
Yes. We're going down there, and we're going to be racing that race down there, a 4-day race.
Talk to me. So as you're looking here, top fuel driver Antron Brown. We're going to not talk about him for a minute. You are a dad of race car drivers.
Yes.
When you started this for Anson, could you have even dreamt what he was doing with this stuff and what this would become?
Oh my goodness, it's like, I'm gonna be honest with you, a lot of people don't realize this. I did not encourage my kids to race because I know it's a disease.
It is a disease. My dad apologizes daily.
It's a disease, okay? So, because like once you get in, you get hooked and you can't stop. So Anson wanted a junior dragster race really, really bad. And I said no, because we start off with go-karts. He wanted to do go-kart racing because you could start that earlier. Because junior dragster you can start till you're 8. So we got him in go-karts when he was 6. And he was go-kart racing, but we had to drive an hour away, and that kind of really wore him out. I was like, Dad, we got to drive like an hour and 15 minutes every time we go to practice. We got to do that twice a week. So that's 2 hours on the road, come back, and then we have races like every other weekend, and out like Greencastle, like it's literally an hour, 15 minutes away. So he goes, Dad, I'm done. I'm good. And I'm like, all right, because kids are impatient when they're young like that. And then like a year later, he goes, oh, Dad, I want a junior dragster race. I'm ready to junior dragster race. I'm like,
did you go?
I'm like, this is like the go-karts. I was like, this is how it's going to be. You want to start it? Then we're going to be at it. I'm going to put all this money into it. And at the time, I'm like, nah. And he was after me for like a whole year. Like he wasn't old enough to race yet. He was like 7, but he wanted to get the car. So as soon as he turned 8, he can go, right? So my wife was on me, and then we ended up getting him a car for his 8th birthday. And we got him the car, and then lo and behold, like I got him laps at the local track. I couldn't go with him his first race. I had people that we knew. Zachman's like Matt, and his dad and all them, took him racing, and lo and behold, that little joker goes with somebody else. First race out, and he wins. And I'm like, some biscuit, right? And then he goes out to another race once again. I'm like, this little joker's got to be good. And then I'm like, he's winning with all these people, and I got raced with him. He's got to win with me. So the first time I raced with him, we lose in like the semifinals in 4 cars. And he goes like this. He looked at me. He goes, Dad, you ain't. I said, you might be a good racer, but you ain't cracked up to be a crew chief. That's what he tells me, right? I look at him like, okay.
Now look at you,
right? So now we come back. And then once we popped off a few wins, now he goes, Dad, I only want to go racing with you. Because then we work together and he sees how hard I work. And then once I got it down and figure out like the methodology behind all of it.
That junior stuff's more complicated than people think.
You got to be on. And Computech, their computer system, their weather system is awesome.
Yeah.
And helped us out from the juniors. I learned it with that. And then when we come to the big cars, it really helped out. And we went out with Anson. We tested this car 6 times. We went down to National Trail, which they have a huge bracket racing like Super Pro and Pro. There's numerous cars. It takes 8 rounds to win. Anson went out his first race. We did 6 time trials, two runs on Friday night for testing too because we got there late. And we go out literally on Saturday, and we went 8 rounds and he won. And then Sunday.
That's not the way it works.
No. And then Sunday he backs it up. He goes out, he goes 7 rounds and makes it down to 3 cars and loses and still won a little money too because he made it down to 3 cars. And then, lo and behold, we go out to a big money race, like the TMB Promotions race. Tyler. Bohannon. And they're good people. And we stunk it up on Friday. We got out there because we had a trans brake solenoid that went bad on us, couldn't figure out what's going on. The car was inconsistent leading the line. Then we fixed that. And then lo and behold, the next day we go 10 rounds and he won 75 grand.
And beat who?
You beat Langdon in the final. You beat Conley, David David, oh man, what's his name? He races for Chris Bear. I forget what his last name is, but really, really high bracket racer. He beat a slew of professional bracket racers, like not just anybody's. Like these
Sean Langdon invented it.
Yeah, these guys and gals are no joke. Well, Sean is Uncle Sean. You gotta remember that.
Oh my God.
Anson calls Sean Uncle Sean because Sean coaches Anson, and it was so cool to see them in the final because it was like the teacher and the student, but the teacher beat the student beat the teacher. You know what I mean? But it was funny because this is the problem. I have coached Anson his whole life, but whatever I tell him, just like any kid, whatever you tell him, it's like your dad can tell you something and you're like, pfft, in one ear out the other ear, right?
Uncle Sean tells him.
Uncle Sean tells him, he comes back, Dad, Sean told me blah, 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 blah. And it's so funny. And then Billy was right behind me. He goes, didn't you tell that to Anson like 2 years ago? I said, but it's okay, baby. He's got it now. Because that's Anson's hero right there. So that's Anson's hero. So he told him. So now it's the gospel.
Now it clicks.
So it's all good. As long as he learns from somebody, it's no different than Langdon telling his little nephew, Caden. Caden asks me, I tell him, and Caden listens. So,
Caden's going to be a badass too.
Oh, yes, he is. I've been tuning up in junior dragsters. So, but this is all of our stuff. This is what we do.
What else? I see motorcycles. What else you got in here? What kind of things you do when you're not drag racing?
Well, basically what I do is I work on stuff.
Okay.
As you can see here, like I'm really good friends with the guys from the Team Honda boys.
Okay.
So I got a CRF 250, and of course when I got it, I stripped it all down. And the good people from Yurs, like Yurs Shamira, they gave me the pipe for it. So I got to put the pipe on here. I got my own graphics kit that I got to put on the bike. You know what I mean? From Throttle Jockey. That's Brian Karate's bike. Hold on. Let me see something here. I'm going to show you something, and I haven't even opened this up yet. This is what makes this so funny. So this will be the first deal on cribs right now that I have not opened this up, but I'm going to show you something special that people don't even know yet because people don't realize where I came from. People thought I could drive a race car. I grew up racing motocross like my whole life, and that's what I do. And jumping, all that crazy stuff. But look, my boys done hooked me up, so I'm gonna show you something. So I got my own kit. Look, it's got my own sponsors, Matco, all of them on it, right? Now check this out. This is where it gets good. It's got my number on it, like a 2-4, like because Kobe Bryant was always my deal, and that's my high school basketball number.
Really?
Yes, it was.
See, I was a Jeff Gordon fan, so I dig it.
And then check this out. Lucas Oil, FVP, Matco Tools, AV
All your
Motorsports,
people.
Toyota's on it. On my dirt bike. Check that out.
That's pretty cool.
Is that pretty sweet? And then look, hold on, look at this. Top number plate.
A. Brown.
A. Brown. You like that? Check that out. That's pretty sweet.
That is pretty cool. When the hell do you have time to
That's the factory Honda
run
boys.
that?
I don't know what all that stuff is. Throttle, see? That's from our good folks. That's Throttle Jockey. You see what I mean? My boy Matt Davis over there hooks
They hooked you up.
I got to put it all back together now. I never looked at it yet, but this is the kit.
Do you mow your own lawn?
Yes, I do.
Zero turn AB?
Yeah, I don't mow it anymore. Oh, man. I don't know if you want to see that mower because that's not a Skag, but it's all
that's
good.
probably true.
You know what I mean?
We need to get you a Skag.
She's going to give me a Skag. Hey, the Skag hooks me up because I'm just going to let you know that one right there, that was fully sponsored, by Gravely. They gave it to me when I got my house. One of my friends was a rep for them, and they gave me a mower.
So come on, Randy.
Come on, Randy. Come on, Randy. Randy. I want a Skag, but I'm not gonna lie to you. If it's free, it's for me. But joking aside, I gotta put this whole thing back together. Pipe, stuff like that. I grew up on Hondas and stuff like that, but I raced Suzuki's my whole life too, and I got Brian's bike. And,
this is me right here. I'll race you on that.
Girl, that's brand new, girl. You could take that home if you want to. Nobody drives that scooter no more. We only drove it for like a half a year, and you can tell we keep it.
Yeah, Richard doesn't give me a scooter. I have a stand-up scooter,
Well, look. Let's see.
It wants to. There it goes.
Oh, because it hasn't ran in probably 2 years. The reason why it's starting up.
Cold start.
It's because it's got a LiPo battery in it. See that power, girl? You see that?
We got all kinds of goods in here.
Yeah, Yeah, we got a little bit of everything. Hold on. I gotta do this for this little episode here.
Oh my gosh, are you about to soundtrack this?
Yes, I am. This is Brian's Harley, but what I'm doing right now, I'm gonna leave it on the ground. This sucker's heavy. But when you get on the purple Harley, you gotta like play Prince. And when you're on this Harley, you gotta play a little Purple Rain. And when it cause you no pain. Except for when I beat you down the racetrack.
I'll let you go.
That's how you felt in the racetrack when you lose.
Here, wait, you got background. Ready?
Yes. I feel sorry for you, but I really don't.
No, you don't.
Because I'm going to put you on the trailer.
AB, we've seen where you stay sharp mentally. How do you stay sharp physically?
This is like my own little personal getaway, like in the dungeon. This is in my basement, of course. And you can see I've been down here, working down here. I got my leg stuff on there.
Did you stack this right before we came?
Hey, this is what we do. You come down here, and I usually come down here, and this is like my weight deal. You just get on it, and you just do them up. You know what I mean? So it's just getting it in there. And my legs are on fire because I did leg day the other day. But you just come and do all your stuff, jump a little rope, turn the TV on. I got my cable machine over here, which I can pretty much do every part of my body. And what I love about it is that this deal right here, I can look at it and I can pick different exercises I want to do with core, twists, especially for me. Like, when you get older, you get less flexible. I like taking it.
No.
Huh?
I don't know that yet. I do know that.
You're young, girl.
No, I'm pushing 40, man. Come on.
Girl, you pushing 40? I'm pushing 50.
Okay, whatever.
See that? Come on, man.
And you would still whip my ass in this gym.
Come down,
When it comes to drag racing, athletes on the field, athletes on the, I see you. Some people may say drag racers aren't athletes. What are you doing here that makes you a better driver?
I think what it does is this is the trick to it. And I never was one to really push out what I do, but people could tell. They always see me hopping and bobbing. It's not the racing that wears you down. It's the travel and then doing all the sponsor engagements during the event. We're different from every form of motorsports or professional athlete because we entertain and we do things during the course of a race weekend where we have to be on the midway.
In between rounds.
Between rounds. Interviews, live TV interviews, shots. Run here, going to top eliminator clubs, going to suites, in the hospitality, entertaining your guests. So for me, if I can be in shape here, get myself out of breath, do a lot of interval training, up and down, or supersets. Work out here, come out here, do some burpees, do some jumping jacks, hill climb, mountain jacks, froggers, whatever, and I can get my deal up and down. When I get to the track and I do stuff, where you can see other people doing down, goes, oh, I need a break. I can keep going, and then when I sit in that race vehicle, I feel good still. I'm energized. People go, how you got so much energy? Well, I wear myself out doing all this stuff, and it just keeps me, if I go in somewhere and I feel that I'm physically fit, it gives me a different type of mental and emotional confidence.
Yeah.
And when I get there, my mind's right. And when I show up, people go, AB's always on.
You are.
He's always on. Well, the reason why I'm always on is because if I can be on 98% of the time, when my car, like a nitro car, it's all math. A nitro car, I don't care who you have, what crew chief you got. The car cannot be perfect every time because there's a million things that can go wrong for it to go wrong. But if you're 98% on all the time, then you just increase your chances. If your car is 80%, you're going to win 80% of the races. You might win 78.5% of the races. And that's how we had so much success, is that our team was on, and I was on to match it. And that's the whole trick. And I don't come in, if my car runs bad, I don't drive bad. I try to drive the same every time. And I try to be better every time. Just like crew chief and crew guys work on the car to make the car better every time. And if you continue to do that in your mindset, and you truly do that, how people go, oh, I want to do this, but they don't do it. It's a big difference of doing it and wanting to do it. Wanting to do it, you want to, but you don't put the time in.
And it takes stuff like this.
Yes.
Reaction. When you're driving that car, you've got to be quick on your toes and your brain. I feel like I watched a video of you a couple years ago working with a trainer or something on kind of hand-eye coordination.
Hand-eye coordination. Sitting on the ball, staying on like a half ball like this, and then working on my balance deal, or even work on one leg balancing, and then he's throwing balls at me. And then we do different stuff. I do push-ups, throw balls at me.
But I think people don't realize that helps you in the car, not only reaction time, but when something is going wrong, or for you to be able to feel it and adjust quickly. It's an athlete.
Absolutely. And this is the whole thing, is that I really practice and focus on my craft because I love what I do. And when I get done racing, I don't think about what I should have done, because I know I've done as much as I can to that point, and then I've learned from my mistakes to be better. Like, I give it my all every time, so I don't come back with regrets. I don't go back and say, man, I wish I would have did this in 2014. No, I worked and gave it my all. And people that always think like they have regrets is because they know they're not working to their potential. And I just leave it on the table to be better every time, and I push myself to be better. And I'm the hardest critic on myself. So, but the thing about it is, I'm not hard on myself and stay on it and dwell on it. I come back here because I'm so mad, or I'm upset. People always see me smiling. They don't realize that it's a mad racer inside this body. Like, I'm mad. Like, I drive pissed off. I'm mad. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not like silent, kind of like a.
It's hunger, I think.
Like, yes, it's just because you want it. Mm-hmm. I want it, and now I have more control of that. That was the whole thing of doing AB Motorsports and going off on our own, is that we have the capabilities to change to make it better. Where somebody you're not handcuffed and says, "Oh no, this is what you got to work with. This is what we got, and this is what you guys got. This is the budget, boom, boom, boom." And for me, I'm going, I'm gonna find more money, so we can run more. And if we run more, we'll be better, and we'll figure it out. And that's what we did. Our first year, 2022, we didn't start off the best. We didn't. We were like on the outside looking. We fell in the number 12 spot. By the time the countdown came, we worked ourselves all the way up to 6th in 2022. And by the end of the countdown, we finished 2nd, and we almost won the championship. Because we got better, and better. And we lost the championship just because we just overpowered our track against Brittany that year and lost to her 2nd round, and she won a championship that year. And she was a great car all year. Yeah. And but the thing about it is, we showed up and showed out at the end of the year. Where we were.
It was that push.
And when people start fizzling off, when those races got together, when you start racing all those races back to back because they were worn out through the whole season, that's when I was peaking, and I felt like I was like, ugh. I feel like I got to my level where I needed to be, and I only got better. Yep. And that's what all this does. It's not rocket science. It's in every form of sport. If you look at all your elite athletes, they're the ones that are very talented, but they're the ones that put the most time in. Kobe Bryant. That's my man. I love Michael Jordan was number 1, and Kobe was my number 2, and Troy Vincent was my number 3. But the coolest part is that I watched them throughout my whole career, and the craziest part of it is, Kobe said like this, he goes, "Hey, it's easy math." He goes, "These cats they work out every day for 2 hours, 2 to 3 hours, they're done. If I wake up at 4 a.m., I get a 2-hour workout then I can come back, eat, rest, come back and work out like between 11 and 2, that's another 2 hours, and then I come back out and I work out with the normal team from 4 to 6, come back, get a couple hours of sleep, and I'll do a light workout in the evening." Because if I'm working out 4 times in one day and they're working out once, in a year's time, that's going to make me 3 times better.
I clearly don't work out 4 times a day.
No, I don't work out 4 times a day. But I put my time in. I'll do doubles. I'll work out in the morning, and then I'll do like something like Taekwondo in the evening, or I'll do V-Fit, which is interval training in the evening, or I'll play basketball.
So like you and Angel both, y'all are fighters. That's kind of crazy.
Yes. That's what my bag right there is for.
I was going to say, before we exit your gym, I need to see some kicks. I know it was leg day. You're going to have to stretch it out.
I got to stretch it out. So one thing about it is we do different stuff like is 2 different types of kicks you can do. And I probably should take my sneakers off to do it. So
we're getting serious.
I'm going to tear my back if I kick my foot on. But you can do different kicks like that. Ain't nothing behind it. So You could do like that, where you could actually kick them, and you could kick them before they almost hit the ground. And then if you're doing like other kicks, like roundhouse kicks and stuff like that. So if we're training, like really training, you literally sit on this bag like this, and you'll literally, like we'll do it for, they get through this for 60 seconds. So it'll be like 60 seconds where you just go like this. And you gotta keep on going.
God.
And keep on going as fast as you can. And then you can practice combinations. You go like two-piece kicks, you know what I mean? And then if you do one like this, like if we're sparring, this is like a little fake a dick kick, because like you get points when you spar. So it'll be like the side kick, like that. I don't want to fall back there. And then you can kick it like that side. Well, when they get used to kicking like that side, you'll do this to them.
Oh,
and you come across
a little juke.
Yeah. Like
listen,
that.
give me a few weeks on this. I could, just a few weeks. That side deal, that's a freaking...
Oh yeah.
Muffin top buster is what I call that.
This is when I was a color belt, not black belt. I'm a black belt now. So...
You're not even winded right now.
So right here, see this? See right here? I did a little side kick, I got a point.
Okay.
1 point. See how I pushed through his arm? You only get points hitting the pad, right? Now watch this. I gave him a fake. I was going to hit, bam, you call him in the head.
Antron Brown.
So that was 3 points because you hit him in the head. So you see right here, he thinks I'm gonna, so in the beginning I set him up for that. This is called, like I set him up. So we started. You guys, arm trying to block where you can't get no points. So you only can hit him in the pad. You can't hit him in the legs or arms. You gotta hit him in the pad to get a point. And you can't punch him in the head. You only can kick him in the head. So he thinks I'm gonna do the same thing and gonna get a point.
Yeah.
So he's moving around so I don't get it. So you see how he pushes down the block and then he left his head open. Now I can't kick him in the head. You see what I mean?
So the moral of the story here is do not screw with Antron Brown. He will kick you in the head.
No, I won't kick you in the head. I'm a nice guy.
You're wild, boy.
Oh, I loved it.
You're wild. AB, this has been amazing. You let us into your home. What did you call it? Your garage mahal?
This is my garage mahal.
Garage mahal.
You know what I mean? This is kind of like this is definitely my place to get away. Keep me right, keep my mind right. But you know, Court, you've been here long enough today. I got a lot of stuff I got to get done. My watch is going off, my phone's going off. I think it's time for you to go.
It's always that time. AB.
It's time to go. It's time to
You
go.
kicking me out?
Yes. No, I'm not kicking you out. I'm just letting you go. I'm letting you go.
We love you, AB.
I love you too. Peace. Love, peace, and hair grease.